Hey, it's Chef Mike from GW Finn's Restaurant. Gonna make a little fall dish here, kind of inspired by what's in season. CT was nice enough to bring me some beautiful speckled trout. We're gonna do a pumpkin seed crust on that. But first, we're gonna make some dressing, some stuffing, whatever you wanna call it. So we're gonna start off with some butter. Don't be shy. All right, so we're gonna start with some onions. We got some diced celery. All right, these onions have gone, 3 or 4 minutes with that celery. It's getting a little bit soft. Now we can go ahead and add some leeks. Bring up this heat a little bit, and now we're gonna add some diced butternut squash. One of my favorite mushrooms in the world, chanterelle mushrooms. If you can't find those, some cremini mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, whatever you can find will work just as well. So we're gonna again cook these down all together. Give it a little time to get nice and soft. But while that's working, we'll go ahead and crust our fish here. So here's that speckled trout I was talking about. Really beautiful piece of fish here. We'll go ahead and season that up, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn my fish over, press it down right into those pumpkin seeds. And this process is gonna go pretty quick. So once we add the pumpkin seed crusted fish to the pan, I'm probably only going to cook it for about 30-45 seconds because I do not want those pumpkin seeds to get too brown. They get a little bit bitter. So a little bit golden brown is fine. If they get a little too dark, it's going to end up being bitter, and we don't want that. All right, so my guess is that's been long enough. Really, like I said, 30-45 seconds tops. Take that and gently turn it over. That squash is starting to get soft. Those mushrooms are good and done. We're gonna go ahead and season this up. We're gonna need some salt, decent amount of black pepper. Don't be shy in this recipe here. I like to use fresh herbs. Same idea if you have the dried stuff, but it's just parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, just like the song. Go ahead and throw that in there. So I got some diced bread here. It's chewy. It doesn't just dissolve into your dish. So using a little bit of stale bread really is the way to go. Toss that bread right in there. Probably needs a little bit more salt. Now we're putting all that bread in there. And now we're gonna finish it off with some chicken stock. We want to make it wet, but not too wet. So we'll cook this down on the stove a little bit, throw it in the oven just for a few minutes to hopefully crisp up the top a little bit. All right. So our dressing is done. It's a little golden brown and crispy on top. Had time to absorb all that nice stock we had put on there. I'm just going to use a little bit of a mold just to keep everything in the middle of the plate where I want it. All right. And we got a few nice local vegetables from my friend Van at Two Dog Farms. And there you have it. That's pumpkin seed crusted speckled trout, butternut squash, and chanterelle dressing. GW Finn's Restaurant.
More information about the great food at GW Finn's Restaurant can be found on their website at gwfins.com. Like the Big Chill, the Big Easy, the Big Top, or the Big Apple, here we do the Big Fish. It's about the adventure and experience of fishing as much as it is about trophies and limits. Now, fishing information for Southeast Louisiana is key here, but we will bring you recipes and other content related to the lifestyle that goes with the big fish. So please subscribe, like, notify, comment, share, and all the things that are part of the YouTube universe. We're going to get better at adding new content every week and want to know what you think. Appreciate you checking us out. Let us know what you want, and we'll do what we can to make it happen.